Family secret exposed. My mom has always made me do more and get less. Finally found out I'm the product of my dad's affair. She feels entitled to my money after I got successful against her wish. Hello everyone, I'm Sarah by name. Now 30 years old female. I started noticing how differently I was being treated amongst my older siblings when I was around 10 years old. I never felt like I fully belonged in my own family. Growing up, it was obvious my brothers were treated differently than me. They got new clothes while I wore hand-me-downs. Most of my clothes were boys' clothes because my mom refused to get me new clothes for girls. I was left at the mercy of my brother's worn-out male clothes. They had birthday parties. Mine were always too expensive this year. I once threw a fit and my dad went to a store and got a small chocolate cake that was on sales. It was obviously expired. They got support with schoolwork. I was told to figure it out myself. I wasn't imagining it either. Even relatives noticed. A cousin once asked why I was always on boys' clothes, if I was a tomboy, why I was never in the family photos in our sitting room. That was when I noticed. I was never in the family portrait hanging on our wall. I remember all of us having those pictures. I asked my mom why I was not on the family portrait, and she said my clothes that day wasn't following the family aesthetic. An aunt once asked why I was always the one doing chores while my siblings relaxed. I laughed it off, but deep down it stung. The hardest part was my mom. With my siblings, she was affectionate, gentle, and proud. With me, it felt like nothing I did was good enough. She was stricter, colder, quicker to criticize. My dad, on the other hand, was softer with me, not overly affectionate, but he tried to show me kindness. The problem was, every time he did, it caused tension between him and my mom. I grew up thinking I was the problem kid, the one who just wasn't lovable. Then came college. My siblings' tuition was taken care of without question. When I asked about mine, my mom flat out told me I should pay for it myself because it builds character. That was the moment I snapped. I confronted my dad. I wanted him to finally defend me, to tell me I wasn't crazy. Instead, he broke down and confessed something that shattered me. I'm not my mom's biological child. I'm the result of my dad's affair years ago. My mom agreed to raise me, but she never forgave him. To her, I wasn't just a child, I was the living reminder of his betrayal. Every cold look, every chore, every "you should be grateful we take care of you" suddenly made sense. My mom never saw me as hers. I asked why she took me in knowing she would never love me like her own child or maybe have a little pity and treat me like a human. My dad replied she didn't want to lose her marriage as her family never believed in divorce even though he had given her the option. I don't even know how to describe what it feels like to realize your entire childhood was shaped by a secret you had no control over. Anger, betrayal, heartbreak, all of it. I took money from my savings that no one knew about since my mom always took every pay I got with the part-time work I started when I was 15, got a small studio apartment, moved out, with the help of my friend's parents, I got student loan, and faced my college life. My dad has been somehow helping me financially since I moved, though I've told him I need distance. I love him, but I can't just brush aside the fact that his choices ruined so much for me. He wants to rebuild, but I need time. Before I left, I sat down with my stepmom one last time. I asked her if she ever actually saw me as her child. She couldn't even look me in the eye. She admitted that she never separated me from what my dad did. She said she regrets taking it out on me instead of him, but it wasn't really an apology, just resignation. That was the closure I needed. I've stopped trying to earn her love. I was done begging for crumbs of affection. Instead, I started focusing on building a future where I don't feel like a burden or a reminder of someone else's mistakes. For the first time, I felt free. When I was done with college, I graduated. My father only showed up after the main event, when every parents were going home. At least he came. I was wrong though. He came to tell me that according to his wife, their home is too small to accommodate me and I shouldn't think about coming back. My father apologized and said he was willing to help me financially if I needed it, but also his wife shouldn't know about it. I walked out on him. I cried. I never asked for this. I tried to look for my biological mom. I was told she disappeared after handing me to my dad. I lived alone, got a good paying job in sales, and I always get commissions, bonuses here and there, so I was starting to live comfortably. I met my now husband while attending to a client and we started from friendship to the next level. My family never reached out to me all these while, so I forgot about them until my then boyfriend asked me to marry him, which I accepted. My fiancé's family asked to meet my family so they could start the wedding planning. It felt awkward, but with my fiancé by my side I was able to let them know I only have my dad as my family. I called my dad, told him everything. He asked to invite them to his home. I said no, I want the meeting to happen in my fiancé's family house, which he agreed. Everything other thing went as planned. My wedding day was fixed. I only invited my father and didn't add +1. He called me immediately asking if it was a mistake. I told him it's not. I only want to be surrounded by people that I matter to on my big day. If he doesn't want to come, it's okay. I hung up after that. His wife called me to lash out on me about how I was ungrateful for the family that took care of me. I told her, last I remember, I was never taken care of by her. And when her sons got married, I didn't know talk less of getting invited. My wedding was fabulous and my dad attended. He looked happy for me. He told my husband to take good care of me, because he failed to. 2 years after, I got a call from my father asking for money but refused to tell me what it's for. I declined. My father's wife called me to tell me how disrespectful I had become since I moved out when I was 17, how I always tried to get her attention when I was younger. She says now I'm biting the hand that feed me because I married into money and I think myself better than her sons because they are struggling. I hung up and blocked her. I called my father and told him to remain in the energy he was when I was never treated well and stop disturbing me with his family problems. I changed my line and got my peace back. I always cry whenever I remember my past situation, but I try to be strong for my babies and husband. I thank God for the gift of a wonderful husband and family. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to our channel for more of these amazing stories.